Hey there, Chad here. Thanks for joining me. This is NewsTower, and we're going to play for a little bit. We're picking up right where we left off at the Sounding Rocket in March of 1931. This is a newspaper that is dedicated to quality, and we're at least trying to get back to that because we've had a lot of problems with quality over the last couple of weeks, and we're just going to have to see how this plays out as we move forward. So first, we're going to assign some of these reporters to some of these stories that we were kind of trying to sandbag for this week. That should take care of one of them. That's the same one. Okay, so I guess we will have to pay the bribe. Let's see what happens after Lucille finishes here, if that opens this up and we can skip the bribe. I would prefer that. Why spend money if you don't have to spend money, right? So we're going to give that a try. And we are attempting to advance in the direction of the firehouse so that we can get the big fan. And the big fan will help, I think, a lot with much of our concern with the comfort level inside the tower. So if we look at this, there's a lot of heat issues, and it makes sense. It's all in the industrial rooms, and again, I would expect that, but we might need to handle it a little better as it's kind of impacting some other folks. I do see one thing here we can address otherwise, and that is smell here. That might help some. Oh, a second air vent. Oh, actually did make a difference. So interesting. Put that one there. That one there. Okay. I'm willing to live with that. Let's see where we go. All right, another story coming in. We have ads. We need to get those started too. So we are paused. And I know I say that out loud a lot because when I don't say it out loud, I forget, and it's never paused when I don't say it out loud. I'm sure you've all been there before. Okay, so this week I'm trying to remember we needed to print specific story types. Crime, looks like we already have politics underway. Sports is almost a certainty to come. So we'll be in good shape there. And then from a neighborhood perspective, society, well, we've got that here. And heartbreak, well, but not heartbreak, tragic. Yeah, tragic. I call it heartbreak because it's a breaking heart, right? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and drop him here. Oh, and we're handling that tag there. Chris here. Chris looks like he's feeling a little better. Not perfect, but better. That one is dealt with. That one is dealt with. Where are we here? 9 hours left on that. Ads. We have the possibility of 3 ads this time. That is fantastic. They are all society. Nothing wrong with that. We saw last time, well, we have an ad that's still in the works. It is politics. We could have up to 4 ads this week if we're not careful. Let's see what happens. We'll go with the expensive one again because why wouldn't we? We want to try to make the best of it if we can. And so there is something to consider there. This one is $1,000, and yes, it only takes the one piece. It's a day and a half. This one has 2 parts, right? This one took a day. This will probably take a day. So it's a little more time, but it's more than, it's 2.5 times the money. It only takes 1 slot on the paper. So we're not using up, if we did 2 of these, we still wouldn't make the same money, but we're using 2 slots. And it would run roughly the same amount of time. So just something to think about. When you have the opportunity to capitalize on that, you probably should go with the one that's a little larger. Now here, we'll probably come back and do this one, but you'll notice this is a 2-day one. $2,000, 2 days. This is a day and a half, $1,000. So from a time perspective, Empire Airlines will be this next one that we want to do because it will be more return on investment. Okay. Some good news stuff happening here. All right, well, let's give it a go. Drop him in here. Oh, we got a big fine. Well, that sucks. But we were able to skip the bribe, I think. Let's see what happens. We're going to let this play out. And ready for part 2 of this ad. Get that one underway. We had another story. Awesome. And Elaine is ready to give that one a go. And then a new story just came in, pausing things, sports. And that is the last thing the Mafia was looking for. So, we will be sending Charlotte on this one. It's a two-parter. When is this person available? So, Chris might be available before Charlotte is to finish this one up. We'll have to see what happens there. There's the second half coming in, and who's available? None of them are available yet. I would bet Chris comes available first, and he did. Jump him in there. It is just late Wednesday, 7 or 8 p.m. Wednesday, right? Okay, 6:15 Wednesday. Should be plenty of time to get that done. The ad, they're still working on it, and now they're not working on one, so let's check that out real quick. We will drop Dolores right there. Not sure that one will actually get done, but we're going to have a fighting chance for it. And then we had another story come in, 2 of them. Okay, where are we for the Mafia stories? We're good. We're good. Okay, we have what we need, assuming everything gets completed. So we don't have to be incredibly tactical for what we do at this point. 2 tags, moves the paper to the right a little bit. 2 tags, moves the paper to the right a little bit. Let's go with this one. And put Lucille out here in, is that Seattle? Yeah, Seattle with this problem. This story, not problem. Okay. And we're just running through that. Yeah, it's not surprising these became available at the same time. These will be the stories that we complete if we use if we need them. Oh, we are starting to need some power. So we have $10,000. We're going to go ahead and buy plenty of coal for now. Drop Lucille in there to finish this one up. We crossed over the 50% threshold. So we have 100 power. You start with 50 power, and every generator you add gives you 50 more power to work with. We're currently using 51. You can do the math, but we just crossed that threshold, so we hadn't needed to buy coal yet, and now we do. So that's what we just did. That'll get delivered just like paper does from a coal truck, though. And there he is, dropping that off, and our senior member, the person who has the most, the highest paid employee, theoretically, probably not, but you know, they're certainly the person at the highest level in their task, will be running these up and down the stairs for us. And I can help out by doing this. We lose one there if I do that, so maybe not. Maybe we just drop it over here. Can we put coal on this? We can. All right, well, I hit pause just in time for that. And another sports story. Elaine's up for this one. It's the Rose Bowl, Alabama, Washington State. Okay. Probably didn't happen in March of 31, but that's all right. Maybe it did. Maybe the schedules have changed a lot in the last 90 years. Lots of sports stories now. When it rains, it pours. We are late on Saturday. This is going to be a character builder, if nothing else. So we'll work it from that angle, trying to level folks up. And we probably could stand to take a look at reporting bonuses again. Crime board, well, look at that. That's going to be helpful. We have one here already. One hit poster, same folks. For now, we'll do this. We'll have to look into the other part of that. Bookkeeping. I think she doesn't need bookkeeping. already have bookkeeping. I think I already had done those, hadn't I? Yeah, that's on me. All right. Put the books on the floor. That's interesting. Why don't we just stash them for now? Okay, election map. We could use an election map, but that's not going to fit for now. We'll come back to that. Globes. In here, they have 2 points. I don't think that was intentional. Globe, globe, globe. Everybody's got a globe. Solar system. Can we get this in here somewhere? We can. Drop that right there. It's not helping them for now, but that's all right. Sports. Sports everywhere. Yay. Okay. More sports. They already have it. They do not. And real quick, just to confirm, I think if I go and try to put it here, it doesn't show me the +1 because it doesn't help them anymore. 2 of them isn't better than just 1. Okay, so we've just added a few levels to a lot of our reporting staff. Probably should have done that at the beginning of the week, but it will be okay. And here comes the bell. And we'll go ahead and do what we do. Looks like a story is going to come in before the end of the day. Politics. Let's put Chris on it, get him some experience there. And another story should hit right now. We might get a third one before the day is over. Again, I think we'll do the old, let's use this for experience. And that last story, there it is. And it's going to lead to a goodie. That's always fun. I don't think it's going to make a big difference here, so we're going to go with Charlotte. Take one more look at that. So politics versus economy. We'll put Charlotte on this. Okay, well, we are indeed at the end of the day. It's got to be 11 o'clock, right? Yep, 11:08 p.m. So we're going to run our paper. A couple of bad tags there, but in all honesty, it could be a lot worse. Okay. We have 8 that are ready. We are not going to get any more ready. So that includes that ad. So we were not able to kind of double dip there on the ads. That's unfortunate, but there we go. So 70,000. Okay. What else do we have? We have a sports story. Let's go ahead and advance over here and drop that right there. I have been curious if I drop this into a double. So I put this here, 5,700. If I put it here, you do double the money you make on that. I did not realize that. So that is something for us to think about. Is money more important or are sales more important? Well, okay. Is ad revenue more important or is sales more important? That's probably a good question to consider. So we have I'm just trying to think about what this is showing us. We have actually triple matches if we put these on the same page. I think that's probably a good idea. What did we drop over here? It just had lots of tags. It wasn't necessarily strategic. Let's do this. We're going to drop... He has more tags, so he'll go here. Put this one here, and that is a... That should be a triple match. Yep. That's a lot of papers there. And then... Sports and gossip. Not a match here. Crime and tragic. Not a match here. Also, I do want to... Okay, we got that dealt with. We still need sports. We will make sure we get sports in there. That's not a problem. So, crime and tragic, sports and triumphant. I don't see any more matches. If we go back to page 1, we do have some matches. We have an ad that matches. We have a second ad that matches. Right? We do. Did end up with 2 ads. It's just, oh, I think one's the one that was completing from last week. That's what happened there. Okay, so that's fine. We're up to 122,000 papers. There's one slot there, and we haven't even started on this one. We are going to have an open slot, so that's something to consider. I think I missed a step somewhere. What was I thinking? So we matched these because there were multiple tags to match. Yeah, that's good. I want to do one other thing real quick. I'm going to try dropping this one here. Let's see what happens. So 8,400, 8,500. That's actually better than if we put it here. That surprises me, but I guess the doubling of the 3 tags, and with one of them being silver, is worth more than the tag matches. Okay, I can get my head around that. I think that probably makes sense at some level. The other thing that is maybe a possibility here is to get the multiplier on the influence points. Again, we have 3 stories left. We have over here. We can put we have 2 sports stories. That. And we have this guy with no matches at all. Yeah, so I think that's probably pretty good. It's not at record sales. I don't think we're going to get there. We're set up fairly well for next week. We already have 7 in the works. We have some, sloppiness. That's never a huge, it's not a bonus, that's for sure. But we're going to go with it. So that's what we're going to do. We're making $9,000 on this run. I like that. And it's done. You're fired. Okay. We picked up 12 tags without using that as a double. It would have been 16. That's not bad at all. We made a lot of money. Puts us up to 18,000. Gotta like that. Mafia was happy with us. Neighborhood was happy with us. Yeah, that's all good stuff. Oh, and we didn't get mobsters. Yeah, because we passed their challenge. So all good, all good. And this is going to move that way. Okay, so we gained a loyal follower. Informationalist. So what this is, that's going to go away pretty quickly. What we got is, because we were touching this, we got a training possibility. We were able to give one of our staff an additional trait. And it's called the Informationalist. We can go see what that actually does. Just trying to work my way through this. So we picked up 2 in the slot that this matches. That makes entire sense to me. I get that 100%. Every week, 1 subscriber will become loyal. 1,000 subscribers. Okay, so that's what we saw there. That 1,000 went up here. Every week, 2,000 subscribers. Oh, okay, so I'm starting to get it. All right, here's how I think this works. When these get completed, it drops them in to whatever section you're in. The section in the middle of the 3 of the slider, that one you get 2 folks out of as loyal, and each of the side ones you get 1 out of as loyal. So you can get up to 4,000 loyal subscribers each week. As it moves back and forth, if they fall out of the window, they can't become loyal anymore. But once the window moves back that way, we can pick these folks up. So I think that's how it's working. We'll test that out next week and see if that's what we do continue to see. The one thought I have, though, is if this guy is loyal here and then I end up way over here, I picked him up while I was down here. He becomes a loyal follower or subscriber, whatever you call it, subscriber. Slide this over in the next couple of weeks to way over here. He stays loyal even though the newspaper is no longer moderate, it's informational. So that's that. I'm not saying that's a problem. It's interesting to me. That's an interesting way to kind of deal with that. So like to see if that's the case. It says you never lose subscribers, if I recall, when we actually talked to the guy selling the newspapers. You never lose loyal subscribers. We're gonna have no ads to run this week. We didn't reach the threshold for any of them. Well, that's too bad. We'll have the one that's in process that we'll still be able to run. Okay, $16,000. That's not so bad. We made it to the firehouse. So the very first thing I'm going to do, there we go. That's good. And the other thing we're going to do is I think, yep, we get the big light. We're going to obtain the big light. Okay, and then this society, yeah, we don't really have room for bookcases yet. Would love to get one of these desks to see how they work. I just haven't had the points to do it. But we now have the big fan, and that is something that we are going to put to use, that's for sure. Okay. The Mafia wants us to print at least one censorship story. The mayor wants us to print a mayor and 2 lies. So lie is a negative tag. So that's kind of interesting to me. At least my understanding is it's a negative tag. We'll take a harder look at that when we finally see one. I'm not sure which of those I really want to do, honestly. The Mafia one might be censorship is a negative tag too, as I recall. So maybe we go that route for now. Let's go ahead and do that. And then from a neighborhood perspective, I really do want to get the Jersey Theater opened up. So we're going to go here. We have one leg in there already, so that's better than nothing. And that'll open this one up and we can start seeing what their opportunities are for us. Okay, well that's where we stand. And I know we've only gone through 1 week, but I think we're going to make this a shorter episode this time. I would like to do a little bit of planning and make some decisions, and maybe what we'll do next time when we come back is put in an elevator. That might be fun and kind of show you what my thought is. But what that'll mean is we're going to move a ton of stuff around, so it's going to be a longer episode, and I do think I want to go ahead and get that done though. So we'll call this one now, and I'll get to work on that and have another episode up for you soon that will include a new elevator build and seeing what that looks like. So thank you for your time. If you haven't subscribed, I would really appreciate if you did that, but there is no obligation. Hope this was worth your time, and until next time, fair travels.